You know hot and cold. Everyone knows hot and cold, like, you can freeze to death and you can burn to death, but we don't talk about that. Now let's talk about cold. Cold is a little like, I like it a little more because burning to death isn't very comfortable. Now cold is something we all want in our sleep, I know that. And then you got the things that are freezing cold, like the most coldest thing ever recorded is negative 60 Fahrenheit. And then you got the cold places like Antarctica, but like, have you heard of that story where that guy tried to be the first person on it and then he almost died and his hands were more purple than an eggplant? Have you ever put your blanket in a freezer? Just me? Okay, I'll just sit in the corner with my freezer blanket and it's fine. And then you got snow, something that people just jump in with only their underwear on, like weirdos. Also, have you ever pulled a nice glass of water after a nice meal? You took a sip and it was burning hot? Yeah, that has happened to me more times than I can count. Have you ever jumped in a pool and, like, you realized that it is colder than the ice cubes in your own drink on the shore and you're like, ah? Have you ever put a soda in a freezer and realized what physics is when you're 7? Yeah, definitely not me. That never happened. My brother did that and then threw it at the road and exploded. We don't talk about that, though. Anyways, cold planets. Am I right? Anyone? Oh, come on. People have done the impossible, like being inside a giant ice cube for hours, but I don't know. Touching ice cubes enough for me. Now, let's talk about hot. Hot is something... Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of stories here. So I got out of my friend's pool, went through his house, went to his front yard, looked at the street, and I saw a black flip-flop. And I went closer to it, and I could tell it's pretty liquid. And then the people in hot places like California and Arizona, which, they are practically, the flip-flop on the street. Yeah, you know. Also, have you ever played your computer and you touch the battery part and your fingers almost burn off? Yeah, that's fun, I guess. This one time I was getting fries out of an air fryer, and then, you know those things, like the vent things to make it so it doesn't burn? Yeah, it fell out, and I was like, oh! I could just pick this up and put it back in. And I learned that day. Anyways. So I was getting Kraft mac and cheese out of a microwave one time, and I was like, it's hot, Dad! Yeah, it went all over the floor, and my dad was like, and I was like,